You're not broke, your priorities are. A lot of people think they're not wealthy because they don't have any money, but it's mostly because of your own priorities in your own entire life. The biggest thing that people need to understand is that somehow you can afford certain things, but you can't afford investing. The main thing is that number one is that people spend based off emotion, not based off of strategy. You're buying things because you think your wealth is tied up in the impression of others. You think you buy things because you think that you feel a certain way. You buy things because you want to have a certain lifestyle, but most people don't actually need to actually have those different things, and you need to be more disciplined. You try to eat out consistently. You want to shop when you're bored. You want to have weekend spending habits. The biggest thing I want you to understand is that you need to be able to invest in yourself. Most people don't budget their money, they react with it. You want to have things like the 50-30-20 rule: 50% towards your needs, 20% towards your wants, and 20% towards your savings. And you have to be able to allocate and be disciplined. If you want to be that person that wants to lock in and have that wealth that you always observe, you have to lock in over these next couple of years, especially when things are getting more expensive, in order to have those things invest and grow over the course of time. Another thing is that people have lifestyle inflation. People think that as their income goes up, their spending does. Just because you make more money doesn't mean you have to spend more. Just because you get a six-figure salary doesn't mean you have to make a six-figure in expenses. How about have six-figure in investments? That's really the conversation that people need to have. No increase in investment or in assets. You continue to spend more as you make more, but you're not actually going and investing more. And that's what more people need to have and understand. That's what we need more people to do. And then you don't get richer, your bills just get bigger. And that's what continues to put down that spiral of you going to that debt trap, and other things are not good for you. And another thing is that you fund your lifestyle more than your actual future. You put $200 in shoes, but which had no hesitation, but you won't put $200 into your investment. You won't put it, you say you won't have it. And you spend fast on what feels good, but you're not actually going to have the delayed gratification. Most people want to have things now, but they don't want to actually go and have things later, like in investments, like their business, like relationships. All that type of stuff is super important that you have to be able to invest time, money, and energy into over the course of time to get things that you want. You don't need that much money. All you need to do is be disciplined. And a lot of things is that people don't pay themselves first. They basically pay bills, food, all these different things, and then maybe invest afterwards. Flip it, invest yourself first. You'll see a lot more things go because you automatically put a small percentage away. It won't even feel it at first. And then wealthy individuals don't save what's left, they spend what's left after that. If you have $500, you know that you're going to put your investment first, and you pay the other expenses last. A lot of you call your needs, but they're just habits that you don't want to actually have. Never question. They're just habits that you never question. And another thing is super important is that you're not basically tracking your money. If you don't track it, there's no awareness, there's just no record of where you're going. It's super important that if you don't know where your money is going, you don't know where you are in control. And just something that's super important is that I started investing my first job at Walmart. A lot of people say, oh, you don't have enough money to invest. You can make time to invest. Either find a way to make more money, whether it's getting a side hustle, whether it's getting an extra job, whether it's making more money in your career, or actually just spend less. Most of you don't need Netflix. Most of you don't need to go out to eat every week. Most of you don't need all these extra things that you need. You just need to actually go and spend less on that and use that subscription. Put that Netflix subscription, you can put that Netflix stock. You can go spend $400 on shoes, you can spend $400 in the stock market. Put that into perspective, and each and every one of these things, invest your money and put your money away so that you can have it for not just a rainy day, but have it for a bright day. Understand that wealth is just your birthright. Wealth is what you're meant for. And a lot of people think that they'll be wealthy, but they don't actually plan for those days. You plan for only things happening on a rainy day, but you don't want to have a bright day. And if you have investments, that one day be a bright day where you don't have to worry about work money behind your back. You don't have to worry about paycheck to paycheck. You can worry about being able to buy that vacation, buy that investment property, put your parents in retirement, be able to quit that job, whether that's go and travel the world. All those different things are what financial freedom really means to us. It's not just about the money in the bank account, but it's the freedom and opportunity that it has without it. And that's the most important thing. And the thing is, you're not just broke. You just haven't made wealth a priority yet. And that's one thing that you're going to do in your life and that you're going to emphasize. And once you do, everything else in your life will change. When you're ready to actually build, tap in, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at CoreyPhillips3. And let me know in the comment section so we can go and do more. Talk to you all later. Peace.